Crossroads metaphor. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads, one path crowded with everyone else's footprints, leading to a life that looks perfect on paper but feels empty inside. The other path. It's overgrown, scary, and all yours. What if choosing it could set your soul on fire? Today, let's dive into a story that might just inspire you to stop chasing shadows and start living your own light. Sarah growing up. Let me take you back to a small town where everyone knew everyone's business. That's where Sarah grew up. She was the middle child in a family of high achievers. Her dad was a successful lawyer, her mom a top executive at a big company, and her older brother? He was already climbing the corporate ladder in finance. From the time Sarah could talk, her parents had her future mapped out. You'll go to business school, get a stable job, buy a house, and live the American dream, they'd say with proud smiles. Secret passion. Sarah was a good kid. She nodded along, studied hard, and aced her exams. But deep down, something didn't feel right. You see, Sarah had a secret passion. Ever since she was little, she'd sneak away to the old barn behind their house, grab a sketchpad, and draw for hours. The way colors danced on paper, the stories she could tell with just a pencil, it made her heart sing. But art. Her family dismissed it as a hobby. That's not a real career, her dad would chuckle. You need something secure, like us. College years unease. High school flew by, and before she knew it, Sarah was packing for college. Business major, just like planned. Her first semester was okay, numbers, strategies, group projects. But as the months turned into years, a quiet unease settled in. She'd sit in lectures, staring out the window, dreaming of galleries and canvases. At night, she'd doodle in her notebooks instead of studying spreadsheets. Why does this feel so wrong? She'd whisper to herself in the mirror. Hidden passion. The pressure built slowly, like a storm gathering on the horizon. Sarah's grades slipped a bit, not enough to fail, but enough to worry her parents. They'd call every weekend, "Are you focused? Remember, this is for your future." She'd force a smile into her voice and say yes, but inside, she was crumbling. Friends noticed too. "You seem distant," they'd say. Sarah would shrug it off, but the truth was, she felt like a puzzle piece forced into the wrong spot. Every class, every internship application, felt like chasing someone else's shadow. Struggle intensifying. Then came the turning point. It was junior year, and Sarah landed an internship at a fancy marketing firm, exactly what her family dreamed of. On paper, it was perfect. Sleek office, smart colleagues, good pay. But from day one, it hit her like a wave. Sitting in meetings, discussing ad campaigns for products she didn't care about, Sarah felt invisible. Her ideas. They were shot down because they were too creative, not practical. One evening, after a long day, she collapsed on her bed and cried. Is this it? Is this what life is supposed to be? The questions echoed in her mind, louder than ever. Rock bottom, the struggle intensified. Sarah started skipping classes, pretending to be sick. She'd wander the city instead, visiting art museums, losing herself in paintings that spoke to her soul. But guilt gnawed at her. What about mom and dad? They'll be so disappointed. She tried to push through, doubling down on her studies, but it only made things worse. Sleepless nights turned into anxiety attacks. One particularly bad day, during a presentation, she froze. The words wouldn't come. Her professor pulled her aside afterward. "Sarah, you seem lost. What's really going on?" That conversation cracked something open. Sarah poured it all out, the expectations, the passion for art, the fear of letting everyone down. The professor listened, then said something simple but profound. "Life's too short to live someone else's script. What do you want?" For the first time, Sarah allowed herself to answer honestly. But change. It wasn't easy. She confided in a close friend, who encouraged her to take an art class on the side. Sneaking it into her schedule felt rebellious, thrilling. In that studio, surrounded by paints and brushes, Sarah came alive. Her drawings weren't just doodles anymore. They were stories, emotions poured onto paper. But the real storm hit when her parents found out. It was over Thanksgiving break. Sarah mustered the courage to show them her portfolio. "This is what I love," she said, voice trembling. Her dad's face hardened. "Art. That's a pipe dream, Sarah. You'll end up struggling. We want better for you." Her mom nodded, eyes sad. "Think about security. Don't throw away everything we've built." The argument escalated, raised voices, tears, slammed doors. Sarah felt like her world was shattering. "Why can't you see me?" she shouted. That night, she packed a bag and left, crashing at a friend's place. Alone in the dark, doubt crept in. What if they're right? What if I fail? The climax came a few weeks later. Sarah was at rock bottom, questioning everything. She hadn't spoken to her family, her grades were tanking, and the internship fired her for poor performance. Sitting in a park, sketchpad in hand, she drew furiously, a self-portrait of a girl trapped in a cage of expectations. As the sun set, a stranger approached, an older woman with kind eyes. "That's beautiful," she said. "You have real talent." They talked, and the woman revealed she was a gallery owner who'd once been in Sarah's shoes. Chased a safe job, hated it, then switched to art and never looked back. "Daring to be different isn't easy," she said, "but it's the only way to truly live." Hopeful encouragement. Those words ignited a fire in Sarah. She realized she couldn't keep running from herself. The next day, she made the call. She dropped out of business school and enrolled in art school full-time. It was terrifying: loans, uncertainty, judgment from others. Her family. It took time. Months of tense talks, but eventually, they saw her passion. Her brother even admitted, "I envy you for having the guts I don't." Piece after change. Years passed, and Sarah's path wasn't smooth. Rejections from galleries, odd jobs to pay bills, moments of doubt. But she persisted. Today, she's a thriving illustrator, her work in books and exhibits. More importantly, she wakes up excited, living a life that's hers. Her family. They're proud now, in their own way. Sarah mended those bridges, showing them that success isn't one size fits all. Thriving resolution. So, what's the lesson here? Stop chasing others' dreams. It's okay to dare to be different. Look in the mirror and ask, is this my path or someone else's? Life's not about fitting in, it's about standing out, even if it scares you. Moral takeaway: you have a unique spark, don't let it dim under pressure. Take that first step today. Who knows? It might lead to the adventure you've always craved. Remember, the world needs your originality. Go chase your own dreams. You've got this.